Hi, at Griffith Observatory માં સૌથી પહેલાં અમે લોકો અહીંયા લંચ લઈ લઈએ, પછી ત્યાં જોવા જશું. પાછળ જો હોલીવુડ સાઇન્સ દેખાય છે મસ્ત. એટમોસ્ફિયર બહુ ઠંડી છે.
Momentarily, it's going to come to the point where we're seeing into the dome, and you'll actually get a glimpse of some of the instruments. Especially for those further back in the line. So that first tube that you see is the end of our 12-inch refractor. The second one that you see is the end of a tube for a 9-inch refractor. So the bigger of the two was ordered and installed for operation back before 1935. We first opened in May of 1935. It was actually installed in 1933. That second telescope was added some decades later. We added that to the collection. So this is unique in that, we typically turn the dome once when we first open, and then a second time when we're closing at the end of the night. But since we're open with some time right now, and it's a bit of a special day in that today is our star party, we knew we would have lots of folks. We're making this available as an exhibit.
ટેલિસ્કોપ માટે જઈને બે ટાઈમ છે પણ વોટ એવર જે દેખાશે.
The line isn't going to move for a couple of minutes because that group is listening to my colleague Giovanni.
I'm not sure that is you, but okay. So this telescope right now is on exhibit mode. This is your opportunity to see it, take pictures, look around, do selfies. And if you have a question about science or astronomy, please, that's what I'm here for. So we can either just go around and answer questions. If you guys don't have any questions, then I'll make something up. But the idea is, when we built Griffith Observatory in the 1930s, the vision that Colonel Griffith had, and he was already dead by then, by the way, but the vision he had is, as a millionaire, he found it quite easy to just walk into these places and look through the lenses, and nobody challenged him because everybody wanted money. So he went up to Mount Wilson Observatory, about 20 miles above Pasadena up there. At the time, they had the biggest telescope in the world. And Colonel Griffith looked through it and said, oh my God, this is amazing. He saw Saturn, he saw Jupiter, and he said, if I think this would change. There's just something amazing about being able to see these celestial bodies with your own eyes. And then as he was getting ready to write a check to them, he asked them the worst questions, like how many people get to come up here and do this? And they're like, oh dude, people, like, yeah, we don't want to deal with people. People are a mess. We don't want to deal with people. We're just scientists up here. Whatever we discover, we'll let the people know. We don't have time to be dealing with people. And Colonel Griffith didn't like that idea. He's like, wait a minute, the whole point is we want to get people to see this with their own eyes. So how can I do that? And they told him, well, build your own place. And so he did give them a little bit of funding because he wanted to keep them happy. And what he did is he hired the people from Mount Wilson Observatory to come down and build this observatory. And so eventually he was already dead. You can look him up and read up, and I'm going to go off mic for a second. He shot his wife in the face. And when you shoot your wife in the face, something's wrong with you. So he was drunk. He was known to be a crazy drunk person, and he got too drunk and shot her in the face. She survived, by the way. And he ended up going to jail. So when he got out of jail, nobody wanted anything to do with him. Once you're a convicted felon, you shouldn't hold any power in any office. But I'll leave that up to you guys to figure out. But anyways, here's a convicted felon, and nobody wanted anything to do with him. He had already donated all this land before he went to jail, before all the bad stuff went down. He had donated all this land to the city, so he thought, well, I'll go back to the city and convince them to build this observatory for me. His reasoning was, in Chicago, one of them moved the roof. In 1931, Albert Einstein was in a dome that was moving like this, and his brain led him to believe that the ground beneath him was being moved. Some of you might feel that weird sensation, and so the oldest acknowledgement I have of it is 1931 Albert Einstein. He felt it too, so hopefully some of you are feeling it. I've gotten used to it sometimes, but if I like stare at the tip of the telescope, I don't know where it'll get me, and I'll be like, whoa. I think that's probably because I'm seeing the background change. Other people tell me looking straight up, that's how they feel it. So it looks like the moon has a little bit of an opening on the cloud, so possibly the telescope outside might already be looking at the moon. So make sure you go downstairs by the grass area and take a look through the telescope. Venus might come back, clouds are still a little bit thick, but the weather prediction is that the clouds will be thin from like now till at least 9 o'clock. So hopefully the weather predictions will improve and we'll have a little bit of thickening skies. Tonight we have this perfect alignment, not really an alignment, but that's what we're calling it on social media. So have already missed Mercury because it's too close to the sun, but we have Mercury followed by Venus, followed by Saturn, Uranus is right there, followed by Jupiter, followed by Neptune, which is right there, and then followed by Mars. And all of those should be visible tonight. You just have to go out to a telescope that might be looking in that direction or not. Yeah. So, we officially don't open the telescope till 7. I just happen to be up here. I opened up and let people come in here. So look around, do selfies, take pictures, and then whenever you're ready, there's an exit out back. Thanks so much for the Griffith Observatory.